Hey everybody. So this is gonna be fun. So, as some of you know, based off of very few of my videos, I'm creative to alarming extents. I paint, I do plastic canvas, I mess with clay, I even write and, play act, which is, I'm going to say play act because this is I'm making this video based off of a few little factors, some that you've actually seen. For example, some of my videos I'm reading something and can't pronounce something, or I'm muttering, or whatever. I blame it on me having a lisp, but I don't think I have one. I mean, I might, I don't really know. I'm almost 20, as most of you should know based off my last video. My birthday is coming up. A week from now, actually. I don't know if I'm putting up a video or not. All I know is I'm going to go bowling for my birthday. And maybe the arcade. I'm not sure. This is the first birthday I get to choose what I want to do. And the reason I say that is because most of my birthdays, I let somebody else do it. Last year, I didn't expect too much besides a dinner and seeing where I'm living now. Noting that as you can tell, I have a little problem with fidgeting. I don't have any fidget toys or anything like that. Well, I do now. But my main outlet from me being so fidgety was what some people would call play acting and writing. The writing has been a more constant recently. When I was in high school, yeah, I used to do it every now and then, but it wasn't constant. It's becoming where I'm writing almost weekly, sometimes even daily, which is new for me because I've never done it before, not that often. I I found out just recently that while I was in either high school or middle school, I'm not sure, because something I'll get into in more detail later, is that I had I had a little I had a few mental disorders. Even now, some of them I still have. Doesn't mean I'm not trying to work past them. One of them I didn't even know I had. I don't know what it's called, since I've only heard the word once. It was when my mom told me about it a few days ago. I don't remember when exactly. But apparently, my teachers noticed some signs in me that made them give that diagnosis, that made them think I had it. A few teachers, mind you. I When I say play acting, I mean more along the lines of what a child would do. imagining little scenarios, and for some kids they run around and go on adventures, but not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to children that would sit on the floor and play with Legos, blocks. In my case, it was Legos. At one point it was dolls, and that was before I even knew what Legos were. And I'm not going to say before Legos existed, because I don't know how long Legos themselves have been around. But my little problem is, even right now, I can't fully sit still. I have to move something on me. Either it being my head, my eyes, or my hands. Usually all three at once. And as you can tell, I'm doing that now. I'm going to try and make sure I don't open multiple cans of worms at once. But I don't usually talk about my past because I don't know it. That is the biggest problem for me. I don't remember. Sure, people don't remember their childhood, bits and pieces of their childhood, but that's not the problem. It's gotten better. It's gotten a lot better. But it was at a point where I couldn't even remember if I had breakfast or not. It got to the point that I couldn't even remember what I was doing 5 seconds ago. And this ruled me during high school. I've gotten much better about it because my life hasn't been too much for me to forget about. I shower every now and then, still trying to get that down. I mess with clay sometimes. I've barely been painting lately. And then there's the one thing I want to talk about most in this video were my stories. They're random things that pop into my head. They're not good or bad, well, sort of, but they're things, stories, and the weird part about them is I can't seem to write them. Not properly, anyway. It's not satisfying to me when I write them. Every 5 seconds, I'm changing how I want the story. Every 5 seconds, I'm changing something about my characters. Their names, how they look, something. So it's gotten to the point that I'm only writing the story. I'm writing down names of the characters, their families. I seem to have a little problem with when I write. And I call this a problem because this isn't only when I'm writing, but when I'm in my little play acting area. I say area because I actually have a designated spot for that. When I'm play acting or writing, I have a tendency to go to the dark side of humanity. And I say the dark side of humanity because I don't recall any of this happening to me specifically, or it ever being a part of my life. Doesn't mean it was or wasn't, it just there. For example, the one I'm writing right now, and I will be attempting to read this later, I'm calling it New Start. It's basically about a girl named Emily whose father just got a new job in a new town. So, new start. She has to start her life over, get new friends. She's at school at a all girls academy, which I wouldn't know anything about. I don't even know how actual school life is because I've never gone. I couldn't handle it. But my problem is the fact that, and I know where it stems from. I have a problem with this story because it was supposed to be a romantic book, nothing more. And then I took it into the realm of creepy. Some would say some otakus, which love you guys, but they would say I took it into yandere territory. And I wouldn't blame them, considering how I did it. The basic story I've got for the 4 chapters that I've written. I think it's 4 chapters and a few pages. I'm working on the 4th chapter, but I'm only at 24 pages. Anyway, for 4 chapters and 24 pages, I have a habit of moving things fast. I don't know how to build suspense. And that's a big one for me. I've tried using some tools at school that I learned in high school for writing, but they don't help. They just make me forget what I'm doing. So I stopped using them. My stories can range from whenever I start a story, because I'm obsessed with romances. They always supposed to start out as a romance. But very, very rarely do they end a romance or a fairy tale or whatever. They rarely end like that. My stories, if I play them out, can last anywhere between 30 minutes to 5, 6, even 10 hours, and I don't even notice. But for some reason, when I do that, it can range between there's a quest, and the main character, which I'm not trying to be sexist when I do this, is almost always a female because I can't seem to figure out how men work for obvious reasons. Either the female character goes onto a quest for the man she loves, or I can't believe I'm going to say this, she ends up killing someone. And at one point, that wouldn't have bothered me as much as it does now. Either she kills someone kills her, or whatever. And yeah, I'm picking at something and I don't know what. Um, She will she'll kill someone either because it was either because someone told her to keep her safe, or just for the hell of it, and that's the scary part. I know that every now and then I have thought of doing something illegal, but then I think, who doesn't? Heck, my mom's thought about it a few times. But since I also know, since I'm not much on conflict, don't like thinking of. I don't like being in a situation, especially if I put myself there, where I'm in trouble. And that's a big one for me. I don't want to make this too long. I already, I'm already at my, I'm almost at my 20-minute mark. I will be making more videos, hopefully more frequently. But I I don't know what I'm doing. I I'm being completely honest with you. I have a little I have a few problems. Like everyone else does. Everyone has their own problems. Mine are a little interesting, considering the fact that I don't know where they come from. And I don't know how long I've had them. But with my creative side, those problems, I found out I've been trying to suppress them. I don't know why. I mentally suppressed my childhood, which I will be talking more about in the next video. And I don't know why. I have no memory of it. But for some reason, and I think it's because of my childhood, I can sense when somebody isn't what they appear to be. And it's not something I like. With my mom's wife, Colleen, I had no fear of her. And that's not normal for me. When I meet someone new, I'm often either scared or nervous. With Colleen, it was always nervous because I didn't know her. But usually I'm both with the few people I have met. And I have a pretty good sense on when people aren't the best to be around. But I don't know how to get away from them, is my problem. Anyway, I don't want to make this video any longer than 20 minutes if I can help it. I'll talk to you guys about my childhood next. What I've been told and what I can remember. Bye.